Hello everyone and welcome to my sister wives Bombshell channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a stunning new report, devotees of tender loving care's sister wives are currently learning some of Christine Brown's new husband's family was killed in a merciless slaughter. What subtleties have been unveiled about this horrendous wrongdoing? Fans got their first real look at some of David Woolley's family during the wedding special for Christine and David Woolley. Otherwise, only what has been dug up, which has made headlines or appeared on Reddit, is known to fans. The tragic death of David's previous wife, for instance, frequently makes the news and is discussed in a number of sister wives fan groups. During the wedding extraordinary, David Woolley shared that he had two sisters who lived in Mexico. Both were in polygamous relationships. Karen, Shauna, Roy, Tamara, Harold, Christine, and Patricia are among David's 7 siblings. His 70-year-old sister Karen was one of her sisters who once lived in Mexico. By and by she lives in Utah. Tragically, Karen's little girl Donna Beam Langford and Donna's youngsters Rogan and Trevor died in November 2019. A heinous massacre in Mexico claimed the lives of Karen's grandchildren and her daughter, David Woolley's niece. Altogether, there were 3 moms and 6 youngsters killed. Each of the 9 casualties were individuals from a similar Mormon people group. They were living in Mexico at that point. In any case, they were in 3 unique SUVs making a trip back to the U.S. Unfortunately, they were gone after. All 9 victims were on their way to a wedding and held dual citizenship. As indicated by The Sun, Mexican specialists report the SUVs went through an area where rival cartel packs were having a shootout. The region was a focal point for a continuous fight. Unfortunately, one of the cartel packs wrongly attacked the family as they attempted to go through the area. Donna was 43 at the hour of her passing. Besides, her kids were 11 and 2. Different ladies were 30 and 29. The kids were 12, 11, and 8-month-old twins. Shockingly, there were overcomers of this severe assault. Christine Brown's new spouse David Woolley's nephew was hailed as a legend for his activities. Subsequent to enduring the assault, Devin Langford concealed his kin in certain shrubberies. Then, at that point, he strolled approximately 14 miles to track down somebody to help them. Addressing ABC, the kid's dad David Langford said it was a supernatural occurrence any of his youngsters made do. The number of shot openings were discharged into that vehicle, at that horrendous scene, and the number of youngsters that were involved. It's astonishing. It's past astounding that they made do. Have you known about the fierce slaughter in Mexico back in November 2019 that left 3 American moms and 6 kids before now? Christine, 51, and David, 60, secured the bunch in a wedding extraordinary that broadcasted recently, giving watchers a brief look into the sister wives star's new family. While David's youngsters were important for the wedding party, the development executive's mom, Evelyn, gave a sincere discourse at the gathering. At a certain point, he likewise referenced that he had 2 sisters in Mexico who were in polygamous relationships. Karen, Shauna, Roy, Tamara, Harold, Christine, and Patricia are David's 7 siblings. Karen, who is currently 70 years of age, lives in Utah, however when lived in Mexico. In November 2019, her daughter Donna Ray Langford and her 2 children, Trevor Harvey Langford and Rogan J. Langford, tragically passed away. They were 3 of the survivors of the generally covered Mexico slaughter that left 3 American moms and 6 youngsters dead. The 9 casualties were essential for a Mormon people group living in northern Mexico that were making a trip back to the U.S. in 3 separate SUVs when they were trapped. The Mormon gathering, having double citizenship, was purportedly gone to a wedding in Chihuahua, around 100 miles south of the Arizona line. Mexican specialists revealed that the family crashed into an area where there had been a shootout between rival cartel groups who had a continuous fight an over area prior that day and were erroneously gone after by one of the cartels. The medication cartel shooters took shots at the vehicles on an interstate, killing the casualties on November 4. Donna was 43 years of age and her two children, Trevor and Rogan, were 11 and 2, individually. Different casualties included Ronita Mill Operator, 30, Christina Langford Johnson, 29, Howard Mill Operator Jr., 12, Crystal Miller, age 10, what's more, 8-month-old twins Titus Mill Operator and Tiana Mill Operator. David's niece's child, Devin Langford, endured the lethal assault. He was portrayed as a legend subsequent to concealing his harmed kin in the shrubberies and strolling 14 miles to look for help. His sister, Kylie, was messed up and his child sibling, Brixen, was hit in the chest. At the time, in an interview with ABC with his father, David Langford, Devin referred to Donna as a nice person and a brave woman that tried to save her kids. David shared, "All of my kids that endure that are living marvels." The number of shot openings were discharged into that vehicle, at that terrible scene, and the number of kids that were involved. It's amazing. The fact that they survived is beyond amazing. In the interim, Donna's mom, additionally David Woolley's sister, addressed Reuters about the deficiency of her little girl, one of her 7 youngsters. Karen said, "I can in any case hear her talking, saying, 'Hey mother, hello. You know? She will genuinely be missed. The next month of the assault, the Principal Legal Officer's Office of the Republic made a declaration in a public statement that expressed a few people associated with the unbelievable brutality and murders were captured. By February 2021, Mexican examiners said around 20 suspects were captured for the situation and more warrants stay remarkable. In September 2023, it was accounted for that U.S. Marshals Administration took a man named Ivan Gustavo Hernandez Cabral, 24, into guardianship after the organization followed up on a tip. CBS News reported that Hernandez Cabral was being held pending extradition to Mexico in connection with the ambush. The relatives of the casualties documented a claim blaming the Juarez cartel for completing the Mexico snare as revenge for their public analysis and fights against the cartel. In July 2022, a government judge from North Dakota requested that the Juarez cartel should pay $1.5 billion to the casualties' families. It was then announced that the U.S. officer Judge Claire Hochhalter's honor was naturally significantly increased under Government Against Psychological Warfare Act, expanding the sum to $4.6 billion. The casualties who were killed were individuals from the LeBaron family who split away from the Congregation of Contemporary Holy People many years prior. There is no sign that David was ever an individual from the gathering. However, prior to her death in 2012, he was previously married to his late wife. The Mormon fundamentalists began to move to Mexico around 1890 essentially over the subject of polygamy. The Standard Church, situated in Utah, disallowed plural union with consent to U.S. regulation at that point. After establishing offshoots elsewhere, the families that split from the church continued to practice polygamy. As per a researcher of Mormon fundamentalism situated in Salt Lake City, polygamy was unlawful in Mexico. However, there was a comprehension that the specialists would look the alternate way about their marriage rehearses. Dr. Christina Rossetti told BBC, "The families who went there were not periphery families or awful Mormons. These were church officials, they weren't fringe individuals. Enormous names went down there." The LeBaron Gatherings patriarch, Alma Dayer LeBaron, laid out Colonia LeBaron in Chihuahua during the 1920s. Christine Brown, as far as concerns her, split away from polygamy in November 2021 in the wake of reporting her split from Cody Brown. The couple isolated following 25 years of an otherworldly marriage alongside sister spouses Janelle and Mary Brown. For what reason did Sister Wives fans tear lovebird Christine Earthy Colored's wedding dress? She secured the bunch to David Woolley in October 2023. However, the wedding was not displayed to watchers on tender loving care until January 2024. Anyway, what was so awful about the outfit she decided for her fantasy wedding? Since Christine Brown didn't have a truly intricate wedding when she secured the bunch to Cody Brown, this time would have been great. Her most memorable marriage was otherworldly, so it was tranquil and extremely private. Accordingly, Christine knew precisely exact thing she needed this time for her fantasy. She got the dress of her dreams because she was marrying her soul mate. Her hair was finished up just like her cosmetics, and they had more than 300 visitors at the most gorgeous area. She was the princess she had always wanted to be, and everyone pulled out all the stops for them. Since Christine Brown didn't have a truly intricate wedding when she secured the bunch to Cody Brown, this time would have been great. Her most memorable marriage was otherworldly, so it was tranquil and exceptionally private. Consequently, Christine knew precisely exact thing she needed this time for her fantasy. She needed the fantasy dress as she was wedding her perfect partner, and she got only that. Her hair was finished up similar to her cosmetics, and they had more than 300 visitors at the most lovely area. The stops were totally pulled out for the couple, and she was the princess she generally longed for being. Nonetheless, a fan on Reddit felt that Christine's dress just was not ideal for her. They composed this. The task of altering Christine's dress fell on me. I was so dissatisfied with the dress. They then continued to change the dress to make it more fitted and reasonable to what they accepted looked right on Christine. All in all, did individual Redditors concur the dress was not ideal for Christine, or did they like it with no guarantees? Perhaps she lost a lot of weight pre-wedding like Maddie did. That is likewise my hypothesis. She did a little pre-wedding, consuming less calories, and overshot the designer. The dress was delightful yet essentially too large. All that would have changed was a little taking in. I suppose in the event that they added a belt it would have had a major effect. Additionally, I believe the dress was too big on top. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.